Hello, everyone. My name is Sandy Norman. Today, I'm going to be discussing organizational transparency. I'll begin by explaining what that means. Then, I'll discuss what I think are the main advantages that come from businesses being more open and honest. So, what do I mean when I talk about an organization or business being transparent? For me, organizational transparency has 4 elements, the first of which is sharing. A transparent organization is one that shares information. This sharing can be both internal, that is, sharing with employees, and external, sharing with the public. The second element is honesty. Sharing information is important, but if the information disclosed isn't truthful, then the organization is not transparent. The third element is openness. Transparent organizations should be open and willing to answer questions about their values and decisions. The final element of transparency is trust. A transparent organization should trust its employees, its customers, and itself. You can remember these 4 elements with the acronym SHOT, S-H-O-T, sharing, honesty, openness, and trust. Okay, so now that we have an idea of what organizational transparency means, let's discuss what its benefits are. For me, one big advantage of internal transparency when companies are open with their employees is that employees are more likely to work hard and trust the decisions of their supervisors. This can lead to better teamwork and ultimately a more successful company. These days, it can feel like every business is in a battle with its competitors. So if being transparent can give a company an advantage, that's a good thing. Another benefit of internal organizational transparency, at least in my view, is that employees who have accurate information can make better decisions, come up with better ideas, and give more relevant suggestions and feedback. Think of it this way. Employees who work for organizations that are not transparent are effectively in the dark. They can't see the company's goals, so they can't work effectively. In contrast, employees who work for transparent businesses do not have this problem. They can see what's going on and make better decisions, take more effective action, and help move the company in the right direction. I've been a business consultant for many years, and I've worked with many leaders who support organizational transparency. They've shared with me some advantages of external transparency. One of these is that customers often have a very positive perception of businesses that are transparent. These days, it is common for customers to mistrust organizations, but if organizations are transparent and honest, customers will come to believe that what they say is the truth. That's important because consumers' trust can be a powerful tool when a company seeks growth and increased profits. One final benefit that I'd like to share with you is one that I learned from a close friend of mine whose business almost went bankrupt last year. That might not sound like a good recommendation, but let me explain. He told me that his business got into hot water because he was not transparent with his employees. He didn't share information with them about the company's goals or financial situation. As a result, some of his senior employees thought the company was doing poorly, when in fact it was doing pretty well. Those employees decided to pursue a new initiative that they hoped would make the company successful. Unfortunately, this initiative forced them to take risks that ended up costing the company a lot of money. My friend told me that if he had only been transparent with his workers, the problem could have been avoided. He said that not being open left his business vulnerable, and so he immediately decided to become more transparent. Since then, his business has done much better. Okay, so we've discussed what organizational transparency is and the 4 elements of SHOT: sharing, honesty, openness, and trust. I've also shared with you some of the advantages that being transparent can have. I'm going to get into some more specific details about how an organization can be transparent. But before I do that, does anyone have any questions?